For the most part, it starts off pretty quiet at first because I usually park my car on a quieter road because I don't roll up in the full super suit. It's uncomfortable to drive in. So I have to suit up the rest of it. So I park someplace kind of quiet, suit myself up, open up my trunk, and I start packing up my wagons. And most of the time, I got to do a little bit of walking before I run into anybody in need. It's usually just a lot of people turning their head to look at me. At least when it first started. Nowadays, it's people just asking for pictures. And nothing too crazy ends up happening. I'll find somebody who's in need. If they're asleep, I'll just kind of sneak up and leave a little bit of everything next to them, someplace convenient. That always feels a little strange because I don't sneaking up on somebody makes you feel weird.
Has anyone woken up to that? Because I do.
Yeah, people do wake up.
And then there's a guy in a blue mask laying stuff next to me. I would be kind of spooked, but
surprisingly, nobody's ever been spooked about it.
Really?
Like they'll wake up and I'll just be like, "Oh, sorry to wake you. I'm just leaving you some supplies. I got drinks, food, socks, gloves, beanies, everything, And then they just kind of say, "Oh, thank you," and then they go back to sleep. And I'm like, "All right, here we go." Situation solved. For people who are awake, we'll usually, chit chat for a little bit, get to learn a little bit more about them and what's going on in the area. It's surprisingly the sitting down and talking is an important aspect of it. And it really dawned on me how important it was when there was this one guy who was sitting on the curb and we started helping him out, and I decided to sit on the curb next to him, and that just changes his entire opinion. He was just immediately just super thankful that I sat beside him to keep talking and get on the same level. He was talking about how there was a social worker who walked through town doing a similar kind of a thing to do an outreach to unhoused people, and she was like bending over them, and it didn't feel right. It felt like he was being talked down to. He expressed how the body language ended up being important to him, and that made me realize even more how important it is to just kind of have a normal human conversation. It's not, they're still people, of course. A lot of people have this kind of mentality to unhoused people that they start being alienated, and giving them human moments of just chatting, even with some dude wearing what I wear. It matters a lot more than people would think.